What's up, everybody? And today we're checking out Marine Corps Birthday, the most underrated American holiday. This is the US Marine Corps by the Fat Electrician. This is going to be interesting because obviously being a former Royal Marines commando, we celebrate the Royal Marines birthday, 28th of October, 1664. And we celebrate it and you know, we do all the usual stuff. So it's going to be interesting to see how the US Marine Corps celebrates theirs. Our brothers over the sea. The Fat Electrician seems like a sound guy. As always, if you want to watch his video without me waffling over the top of it, you certainly can do that. There's a link down below. You should go over to his content anyway and give it a like and subscribe because his videos are absolutely fantastic. They really are. And he seems like a sound guy. He slid into my DMs, slid right into my DMs the other time I did a reaction to his videos. And he said, hey, when you're back in the US, hit me up. We'll have a beer, do a podcast, have some fun. Which I certainly will when the next time I'm in the US. It could be a visit, you know. In the next year or two, I'm sure I'll be over in the US to visit and see my wife's side of the family, or mum. So maybe we will. Be nice to meet you, mate. Anyway, let's watch this. Let's have some fun. Check it out. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Helps with that weird, mysterious YouTube algorithm that we know nothing about. Let me turn subbies on, and let's have some fun, shall we?
All right, we're going to do a special video for the Marine Corps birthday. We're going to go over some of my favorite Marine quotes, some of my favorite Marine lore. It's going to be great. And for those of you that don't know, the Marine Corps birthday is the greatest American holiday that most people don't know about. And once you do know about it, it becomes the groundhog for the entire holiday season.
I'm hoping he actually says when the Marine Corps birthday is. And if he doesn't, I'm going to actually Google it real quick. USMC birthday. 10th of November, 1775. Okay. So ours is the 28th of October, 1664. 1664? Oh my God, am I losing it? Am I losing it? It's 1664, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Oh my God. I was having heart palpitations and thinking I forgot the birthday. Like a terrible husband.
As soon as all your Marine buddies start posting memes talking about Semper Fi and how drunk they're going to get at the ball, you know that the rest of the holiday season is upon you. It's only a matter of time until you get to start reading newspaper articles about how somebody got trampled to death for a $1 toaster on Black Friday. And then we all come together on Thanksgiving to do something that Americans very seldom do, overeat. And then December starts, that wonderful, wonderful time of year where every single store in America plays Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You, on a loop. And let me tell you, it will never, ever get old or annoying or redundant or annoying.
It's either that or Michael Bublé, innit?
I blame Nick Cannon.
That one album by Michael Bublé, The Boob.
Anyways, then we're going to have Christmas, then we're going to have New Year's, and then we all get to get the date wrong every time we write it down for the next 3 months while we quietly reflect on how many years it's been since we graduated from high school. What I'm trying to tell you is you owe it to yourself to go drinking with the Marines on the Marine Corps birthday before this shit show of a holiday season starts. Because if you've never been, drinking with the Marines is a phenomenal experience.
I don't know if I would put phenomenal experience in there, because if the US Marines drink as much as the Royal Marines do, which I'm presuming they do, I don't think phenomenal is a good way to put it, if I'm honest with you. What other words could we use instead of phenomenal? Unique. Different way of drinking. Maybe competitive ways of drinking. I did hear some great stories of Royal Marines going drinking. A friend of mine told me that him and his mate went into a pub that was dedicated to the paras. And my Royal Marine friends, I don't know whether this is true or not, decided to go in, because I guess they knew some paras, right? They decided to go in with some of their para friends, and things got a little bit competitive. And it ended up with one of the Marines stapling his nutsack to the table. And the paras didn't want to do that. So I would say that drinking in the military is not always the same as drinking outside of the military. You know what I mean? Great shot. Jared. Is that from Jared? Love that film. I absolutely love that film.
Really, it's a two-step process. Step 1, show up. Step 2, proceed to do whatever the fuck you want. Because guess what? If anything goes down, you've got a horde of Marines. Who's gonna stop you? I'll tell you who's not gonna stop you, the cops, because when they show up, one of them is a Marine. And they're not about to arrest a Marine or a Marine's buddy on the Marine Corps birthday.
That's incredibly true. We went out in London. Oh my God. It was the opening of Parliament We went out in London and we just passed out of training and it was the whole troop and we were in our blues. So number ones, I don't know what you would call them in the US Marines. Basically our fancy uniforms. We got absolutely fucking plastered and started a bunch of fights. The cops came, realised who we were, didn't want to get involved. Probably because one of them was in the military. He's like, yeah, I'm not getting involved with them lads. Arrested a bunch of the other lads that were fighting against us and just told us to move on.
First, he's going to tell you to have a good rest of your night. At best, he's there to help you hide the body because that's just how Marines get down. So if you've never been drinking with the Marines, please do it. And I know what you're thinking. What if I don't have any Marine friends? That's fine. Just go to the bar. They'll be there. How are you going to identify said Marines? You don't have to. Believe me, you're going to figure it out pretty quick. They'll tell you. I love them, but they are the CrossFit of the military branches. They are not about to let you think that they served in any other branch but the United States Marine Corps. Now, why is the Marine Corps birthday such a big deal?
I'm kind of a big deal.
Well, it's because the Marines are kind of a big deal. I don't know where to start with this, so we're just going to start from the beginning. November 10th, 1775. Yeah, that's before 1776. The Marine Corps is older than the United States of America. They were founded in Tun Tavern, a bar. The Marine Corps was founded...
My presumption is it was an idea based on the Royal Marines, right? So, for those of you who don't know, the Royal Marines... Oh, God, I forgot what the name of them, what they were actually called. The Duke of York Albany's Maritime Regiment of Foot. That was the original name for the Royal Marines in 1664. So over 100 years before the US Marines. And basically, they were renamed the Royal Marines by King George in 1672. Oh, no, wait, no. The name Marines first appeared in 1672, but they were officially changed in 1702. So maybe it wasn't actually because... theirs was 1770 something, so maybe they weren't called Marines at that point. Or maybe the UK got it off the US, who knows. What they were used for was when two ships went together next to each other, it was the Royal Marines that would jump over and kick off, right? It was the Royal Marines that got their hands dirty and jumped over and fought instead of the Navy doing it. And obviously they were used for other things as well. Maritime regiments. It was the Duke of York and Albany's Maritime Regiment of Foot.
A bar. You can't make that up. Just setting a tone right out of the gate. Speaking of setting a tone, pretty much every time the Marine Corps gets let off its leash, they come back with some new terrifying nickname that the enemy gave them. And that proud tradition started in World War I at the Battle of Belleau. If you don't know, super short, oversimplified version of history, the Germans were marching through France towards Paris. The Marine Corps shows up and is like, nah. They're able to push back the Germans once with the help of the army and the French, and then the French beg the Marines to retreat back to a more fortified position with them, to which the Marine Corps leadership responds, and I quote, "Retreat. We just got here." They then proceed to don
Well, of course the French are going to say that. It's what they're used to, isn't it?
their gas mask and fix their bayonets as they go into one of the bloodiest battles America has ever fought. And the Marines do it so aggressively that the Germans begin to call them the Devil Dogs, a moniker that no one that has ever fought them since has disagreed with. Then we fast forward to World War II. World War II, everybody talks about Iwo Jima, and they should. Very poetic, very heroic, very romantic when they...
I've heard a thing about that picture. Quote me if I'm wrong here. The flag went up during the battle, and someone was like, I kind of want a picture of you putting it up. So they reset it and put the flag up and took a picture doing it. Am I right by saying that?
Raised the flag. But my personal favorite Marine story from World War II is the Battle of Tarawa. If you don't know, Tarawa Atoll is the most fortified island the Marines have ever landed on. The Japanese admiral in charge of defending Tarawa is quoted as saying, 1,000,000 men couldn't take Tarawa in 100 years. To which the Marine Corps said, hold my beer, as 4,000 Marines proceeded to take it in 3 days. Yeah. Only one Japanese officer actually survived that battle, and in his journal, he described it as this. We could see the American landing crafts coming towards us like dozens of spiders on the surface of the water, when one of my men exclaimed, the gods of death have come. I'm trying to paint the picture that they built quite the reputation for themselves. A reputation so intimidating that during the Gulf War, Desert Storm, whatever you prefer to call it, the Iraq military was scared of the Marines because they actually believed that to become an American Marine, you had to murder a member of your family at basic training. Now, that obviously is not true by any stretch of the imagination, but I think it speaks volumes that an entire military actually believed it. The Marine Corps merely existing is a form of psychological warfare. And that's just when they're merely existing. They're way scarier when they're actually doing their job. Like for everybody, including their own chain of command. For example, during the Battle of Fallujah, the Marines got so many headshots that the United States military had to launch an internal investigation because they were concerned that the Marines may have been executing people at point blank. They weren't. They were just out there giving long-range lobotomies at a rate that the American government didn't know was possible. Which
I feel like I should make a video like this about the Royal Marines and give some wacky, crazy facts about them as well. At the end of the day, the word Marine comes with a reputation, doesn't it? It really does.
Adds even more to the psychological warfare aspect. I mean, how would you feel if you had to go up against a military force that you knew was under investigation for getting too many headshots? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say not great. And that is truly intimidation at its finest, because everybody knows the most advanced militaries in the world offer their men body armor. Ain't nobody giving their guys face armor. The Marines subtly saying, I don't care how big your military budget is, you can still get it. I think Eleanor Roosevelt said it best when she said, and I quote, "The Marines I have seen around the world have the cleanest bodies and the filthiest minds, the highest morale
That first bit is so true.
and the lowest morals of any group of animals I have ever seen. Thank God for the United States Marine Corps." End quote. And while I wasn't there, I'm willing to bet of the Marines that heard it, at least one of them leaned over to his buddy and said, I'd hit that. In conclusion, the point I'm trying to make to you is Marines make great friends and horrible enemies, and I would strongly recommend helping them celebrate their birthday. So yeah, go check out my website, buy some merch, quack.
I'll give you another interesting fact, actually. The Globe and Laurel, which is the globe on the Royal Marines cap badge. One second, I'll get it for you. See this right here? The Globe and Laurel, right? So this is our cap badge. Focus camera. The globe, and I don't know if it's true because I've not actually checked any of the facts, because Royal Marines don't give a shit about checking facts. We're just going to say that it's true, and especially if it sounds fucking cool, aren't we? Apparently, it's the exact opposite side of the globe of the US Marine Corps logo, and therefore, it shows that Marines cover the whole world. Let me have a look real quick. Royal Marine and US Marine logo. Let's see. Oh, let's just put US Marine logo, and we can look at my cap badge. Yeah, it is. It's the exact opposite side of the Royal Marines cap badge. And the idea is they've done that, one, because that shows America and ours shows more of Europe, but it's to prove that the Marines in general cover the whole globe. Can I get a better picture of this? Let me do this. So there's that side. And you gonna focus? There's the other side of the world. Therefore showing that we can cover the whole world. Interesting, right? There you go, guys. You learn something every day. Aren't you proud to be a Marine if you are a Marine? And aren't you sad that you're not a Marine if you're not a Marine? Do you know what I mean? Great video by the Fat Electrician, as always. His videos are brilliant out there. What was he in again? He was in former 68W medic. What is that? 68W medic. What is that part of? Is that part of the army or is that part of the Marines? Combat medic specialist. It's part of the army. It's cool that he's made a video on the Marines if it's part of the army. Combat medic specialist. I'm going to pull this up real quick. We can learn together. As a combat medic specialist, you'll administer emergency medical care in the field in both combat and humanitarian situations. Your training will allow you to serve as a first responder and triage illness and injuries to save lives. Much like a paramedic in the civilian world, you'll also train other soldiers in lifesaver/first responder courses and provide care on bases while not deployed. Interesting. Also, this is US Army website. I've never seen it. 10 weeks of basic Army training, 16 weeks of advanced individual training, 101 on that, 107 on that. You got to be a US citizen. Holy shit, up to 34. So I could technically do it if I really wanted to. It's going to be a hard pass, but I could if I wanted to. That's weird. Meet tattoo guidelines. I wonder what the tattoo guidelines are. No major law violations, no medical concerns. Interesting. Did it say how much you would make? Eligible for up to $11,500 signing bonus. Holy shit. I've never looked at 100k bonus. Psychiatric nurse, sign me up. 600k bonus. Anesthesiologist, sign me up. I'll do that. I'll do anything for that money. Christ. I'll make an OnlyFans for that money. Holy. All right, mate. Calm down. Anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves here. I was in the Royal Marines. I wouldn't join the army. And I'm going to finish it by putting my beret on and ending the video. Which I don't even know if my beret fits me anymore because I've got long hair. Oh, it doesn't fit because of my long hair in the back. And I've got to figure out how to make it fit because I'm going to be wearing it at my brother's wedding. So there you go, guys. Oh my God, it looks stupid because of my hair. Oh my God, let me take my hair out. Or let me pull it down a bit. Let's see if I can make this work, guys. Let's see if I can make this work. My head got bigger. Or has this shrank? I think my head's got bigger, hasn't it? Holy, it needs shaping. I'm like digressing like crazy here, aren't I, guys? Let's end it. Let's end it there. Let's end it. Let's end it there, guys. All right. I love you all. Don't forget, there'll be a link in the description if you want to watch the OG video. Go check it out. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.